Okay, we're live on YouTube.
Cool, I'm going to go live with others now.
Hello YouTube.
Facebook. Instagram.
Hi everyone.
TikTok.
Hello, hello, hello.
Is YouTube's camera dirty?
It's possible.
Oh,
Take the cat off that back. Here's the cat.
okay. That's not going to work. It's we're moving the whole camera. It's fine. There's cloth. It's got to be cloth somewhere.
Yep.
It looks like it because the other one's
I'll
not
fix
fixed.
it. I'll fix you all. I'm gonna come up in your face.
Hi everyone!
I'm cleaning the cameras.
I'm pretty sure we're live everywhere now.
We are.
Okay. Hi guys. Hello everyone. Welcome. Glad to have you here. I'm going to introduce myself. I'm sure some of you know me already. I'm Amanda and I'm the owner of the creative supply store Fabric with an 8. If you want to check us out on Google, it's www.fabric8.co.za, and remember that 8 is a number 8. This is my daughter Lisa. She's in Pretoria, so she is she's phoning in. She'll be here next week. And behind the camera is Lisa's boyfriend Matthew.
Hello, everyone.
So just to give the newbies that just joined what we do, this is our live Tuesdays, and every Tuesday evening at 7, which is now, we do beginner sewing lessons and tutorials, and we also mostly have a pattern that we work through. All of these patterns are available for download. Lisa will give you the link for that.
I just posted it in the chat, guys, but it's www.fabric8.co.za/live-Tuesdays. And if you can't remember it, it's still on Insta-link, like the normal stuff.
Okay, so all our patterns, we are on project 21 today, so all our other projects are up. I'm going to show you a few of the projects, and all the patterns are up. Everything is up, available. We don't have everything on YouTube and TikTok and Facebook yet, but we are busy putting them up. But everything is on Insta. So all 21 projects are on Instagram. Okay, so we had quite a few different projects, and they were in a box. So please excuse what they look like. But we made these little baskets. They're supposed to be square, but they were lying flat. Lined baskets. There's patterns for 3 different sizes on our website. That was one of our projects. Another project was a tote bag. I think there's also different sizes. This is a very nice tote bag to fold up and roll up and put in your handbag for Checkers and Pick and Pay. All right. We also made these very cute lanyards, and they are these little lanyard tabs. We actually sell them. They're on the website. And we also now have rainbow colors, and they're selling out fast, guys. So if you want some, you have to go get them. They are very, very scarce to get. Another project we had was this one. We had, and you can put, I don't know, pens and everything in it. And it had a little purse pocket here. And then it folds up and clips closed. And we did another one last week, same sort of thing, except it doesn't have the little zip pocket, and it had velcro. It uses velcro, same sort of thing. I just realized they are very much similar. We also have a tutorial of these pot holders, and there's a quilting tutorial with that. And we made a sewing machine cover, which I can't show you now because then, but basically it goes over your sewing machine like this, and then if you're not using it, it doubles up as a mat for your table with pockets to put your scissors and your things in. We also made a, I don't know where it is though, we made a needle holder. Here it is, which is super nice. Just to show you, for all your extra needles, and also the needles that you take out, you can pin in here so that you know which needle you used and always. So those are just some of the projects we've done. There are more. There is a swimming costume summer wrap dress thingy. There's also sleep shorts. There's we also did a apron in different sizes from kiddies.
3D masks,
3D, yeah, scrunchies. And we've had many requests for more scrunchie patterns, so I'm going to do that possibly next week. To make, as I was told, the millennials like the bigger scrunchies. So I'm going to draw up a pattern for a bigger scrunchies.
Let me give a shout out to some people tuning in. Hi, Anita, Butterfly Dreams, Tasneem, Lisa, and Susan on YouTube. And we had a lot of comments coming in from Facebook for once. Facebook people are usually so quiet. Louis, Jan, Judith, Bianca, welcome guys. Pamela, welcome, and welcome to our regulars. I see a lot of you on Instagram. Wow, there's a lot of chat happening on Instagram. Welcome, hi guys. Please let us know in chat if you're here, if you're tuning in. Let us know if this is your first, second, third, 10th time doing these live streams with us. We are excited and we want to say hello to every single one of you. So let us know in chat if you are here tuning in. Cool.
Okay guys, for the guys who just tuned in, this is our free sewing tutorial. We keep it simple and easy for beginners. We do a tutorial every week. A lot of knitters wanting to buy wool, so we are in the process of ordering that. Everything takes time. We are 2 people trying to get everything uploaded. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Louise Tennyson says, jy is an expert. She already learned so much from you.
Thank you, Louise. Louise is one of my students.
Hi Zigmul, hi Zanele, hi Isa, hi Bianca Patterson and Sharnay Willemse. There's a few newbies here.
I hear them.
Guys.
Yes.
We just do a little warm up while we wait for everyone to join. Instagram, Facebook, and all the things. They send out notifications in batches, so we usually wait a couple of minutes for them to send all the notifications out so everyone knows we're live. But you can go to www.fabric8.co.za/live-Tuesdays to download all the patterns. We have 21 patterns and instructions and tutorials and things up already, so go check it out. And you can also go download tonight's instructions for the zippers, which was highly requested. I'm also posting the link in chat throughout, so if you ever doubt, it's in chat. Or click the link in our bio on Instagram. And also, I'm Lisa in chat. Like, there's some newbies here. I'm Lisa in chat, so if it's random Lisa saying hi to you, that's me.
Okay, so we're going to just do a little bit of an icebreaker. We do, I don't know if you guys know, the heads up iPad game. But because the iPad and all the phones are busy, we are doing it with sticky notes. And Matthew has decided on our category is going to be Disney movies tonight. And you guys have to give me clues, because I don't know what it is. You have to give me clues, but not obvious ones, in chat. And Lisa's going to read me the clues. Okay, Matthew, first one up.
Okay, guys. So in chat, let us know. Describe this
Let me just keep on the book. So you can see
movie
it.
that is on the card. Describe it. That is not readable at all.
Okay, I'll bring it closer. I'll bring it closer.
It's not. You can't read it at all.
You can?
Okay, hold on. I have to wait for the.
Okay, but
stream
there's a
to
lag,
catch
so
up.
hold it there. Hold
Okay.
it.
Yes. Okay, hold it there. You guys have to describe this movie. Describe it in chat right now, and then I will read your descriptions to Amanda, and then she will guess. And that's just a little warm up. And then we're gonna dive right into our zipper tutorial. And there's a little bit of Matthew, a little down, a little bit of lag, so we have to wait a little bit of. Okay, Bella Mo on YouTube says it's girly.
Okay. As most Disney movies are girly. Okay.
Charlene Mitchell on Facebook says ice. And Len says your little perm steam ice.
Yes, I know, but now I have to remember the movie's name. Olaf.
Janai says let it go. Marcel says it's cold.
I know all the character names. Elsa and
Matthew, you can see
Olaf.
the one on the screen.
Great.
Akira says two princesses who parents passed away on a ship.
Yes, I
Marcel says
know.
winter weather. Sandra says ice princess.
Yes,
Judith
I know exactly, but I can't remember the movie name.
What are you in the winter?
Frozen.
That was the giveaway clue. Thank you, Naz.
I had all the character names, but I just couldn't remember the movie name. Oh my. Okay, next. Go, Matthew.
Next one, guys.
You need to keep it quite a bit, no? Otherwise.
Yeah, but not nearly as long as you kept it.
Just tell me when to put it down.
Okay, guys, here's the next movie. Give some clues in chat, and then we're gonna dive into our zipper tutorial.
No, we have
I
one
do
more.
not think that is
We've got
great
3.
stuff. I know, I'm just explaining
Oh,
to new people coming in.
Okay.
Just, yeah, you go.
Okay, guys, let the clues come in. Okay. Umehi Di Bambali is my evil stepmother.
Oh.
Karen the Willow Bee says evil queen. Horn Lady says butterfly dreams. Bella Mo says girl whose wings were cut off. Anita says flying baddie. Flying baddie.
Fine. No, there's. I had an idea, and now the wings thing have gotten me.
Bianca Petition, I'm not gonna give you a clue, I think it's too obvious. Marley says Angelina Jolie. Ashley Bell says evil black outfit, horns on the forehead, Angelina Jolie.
I'm really this. Can you see why I chose this? Because I haven't watched Disney movies since this one was Disney movie.
Do you have
It's
a picture in your head, or should I give you Bianca's clue?
no, I know. I just don't know the movie name. It's I know exactly who it is.
Bianca says it's magnificent.
Yes, see, man, that's as obvious as you're gonna get, man.
Is it Maleficent or something?
Yes. Magnificent. Okay, guys, we're doing one more, and then we're gonna dive into our zipper tutorial for tonight. So we appreciate you guys playing with. Let's do the last one. One last. I don't know what that is, Matthew. Matthew, is that a movie?
Yes.
Oh no, she's not gonna get that one.
Oh jeez, she's gonna.
I don't even know her.
I told you I'm gonna give one. I told you I'd give you one hard one.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
guys, give Amanda some clues. I'm gonna read it out for her. Misunderstood says she doesn't know that movie.
Me neither.
Lisa says yeah. Your tongue tied, sorry. Says clueless. don't know it. I'm not gonna give myself one. Mickey Mouse. Amina says Mickey Mouse takes part in it.
She's right.
Bianca says this is a hard one. Okay, Lisa says first Mickey Mouse with lots of pictures and music. Butterfly Dreams, I'm not gonna say that one.
Is it that Fantasia something?
Oh yes.
I can't even.
Isn't
Yes,
it?
it is.
Oh.
It's like the original Mickey Mouse animated color cartoon movie.
something Fantasia.
Yeah, it's Fantasia, yeah.
Butterfly Dream says a fan in Asia.
I like that one. Okay, guys, listen out. Before we start the tutorial. Yeah?
Someone says rhymes with Anastasia.
I love
Someone
it.
said fantastic.
I like those clues. I wanted to just before we get set to the right Instagram page or Instagram, what is it called, Lisa?
Yes, account.
Account?
We will never inbox you any links ever. And
No.
also, there are some scammers out there claiming that the winner is announced right now in your inbox. And it's not. The
No.
closing date is only 18 April, and we're only announcing the winner on 19 April. So there's definitely no winner.
So if there's any, if it doesn't say Fabric8 _ SA, that's not us. That's the only one. How do you check that it's our actual account? Firstly, we have just recently gone over 10,000 followers. So if it's a private account with 126 followers, that's not us. If it's an account with 750 people, that's not us. We will never make our account private. What is the freaking point? So please, guys, beware. They've already literally, the giveaway was not up for an hour and the spammers were already up and going. Do not click on any links ever. We will not email you. We will not send you a DM or a PM or a message in Facebook or anything like that until the 19th. We will only send you a message stating we need your name, address, email address, and telephone number, because those are the things we need to send the package. Okay. And also be on the live when we do the live draw, then you know you did win, if you won or not.
We will only announce the winner after 18 April. 18 April is the last day you can enter. 19 April is the live stream. And then after that, I will message you saying,
Yes.
you have won.
So
I will not send you a link.
anyone contacting you before the 18th of April is a scammer or a liar, cheater. Okay, so the first prize, or the first prize.
Wait. So if you guys want to go into this giveaway, Amanda's going to quickly show what the prize is. If you want to enter, go check out our Instagram account or our Facebook account or your inbox if you are subscribed to our mailing list. We've given all the details you need. Many ways to enter, and I mean, you only need one entry to win. So one entry is a like. So one entry can win you this awesome kit, and we will be posting on TikTok soon. But
Yes.
it's not on TikTok yet.
Yes. Okay. So the it's not a prize. The first giveaway, the big one, is our lovely Lynn named it Olaf, and that is this little. I can't move my iron. Wait. This little mini iron, steam iron. It actually steams. Can you see? Can you see how it steams? Anyway, okay, 2 pieces of fabric. These fabrics are at least 150 rand a meter. So actually, some of them are 200 and something rand a meter. And the fabrics are awesome. They are sewing related. So that one has sewing machines on, and the other one has little threads and spools of thread. Okay. Then together with that, there's a handbag hand wipe. Okay, two quilting rulers, a quilting triangle, which is very difficult to see because it's see-through. I don't know how to show it to you, but there. A large rotary cutter, a fiberglass tape measure with inches and centimeters, a bias binding maker. So this is a nice big one so that you can actually make bias binding for your quilts. These awesome prim pins, they are easy grip pins, so they are a little bit rubberized, so they're easy to pick up. A little tin with I think it's about 30 of our free metal fabric clips, our little star sucker pin cushion for on your sewing machine, a roll of ribbon, and a 1/4-inch quilting foot with guide. Now this will work on most of the new modern machines that has the clip-in feet. Okay, so that is the first one. And then, just because we felt bad that only one person can get it, we made a second one. It obviously does not have the little iron. You'll have to buy that. But it has a small rotary cutter. It has a quilting ruler. It also has 2 pieces of fabric. It has the same amount of metal fabric clips. It has the fiberglass tape measure, centimeters and inches. It has flower headed pins, also a star sucker pin cushion, a roll of ribbon, and a handy handbag wet wipes. So that is our giveaway. And as Lisa said, if you want to be part of it, check out Insta or Facebook. Lisa?
Or your emails if you've joined our mailing list. And if you haven't joined our mailing list, go join our mailing list. Go to www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link. You can join our mailing list from there. Or go to the pattern page, www.fabric8.co.za/live-Tuesdays, and you can join our mailing list from there as well.
Yes.
And you get some extra points.
I was about to say, you get extra entries for joining our mailing list. We generally send out 1 mail a week. Unless something happens and we need to tell you about something like...
Do the effort more than once a week. So don't be worried, we won't be spamming you.
Yes.
I recently joined one or the other mailing list where they're emailing me 4 times a day.
I know, I don't know how they...
Unsubscribed, but yes.
Yeah, no, that's unsubscribed for me. So you get 1 email. It's normally either on a Monday or on a Tuesday, and it's about the live. And then if we have new products, we'll have it in there. If we have specials, we'll have it in there. If we have a giveaway, it'll be in there. And also handy because it has all our links, so you don't have to go search for where the links are. All right. Okay, so we're gonna get right into it with our zipper tutorial. And this is a tutorial, so I'm not making something specific. Wi-Fi, and still we have issues, guys. You have to bear with us. Is it still down, Lisa?
I think it's working, but it's lagging a bit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure how to fix it.
Let me see.
Okay, well, all of our tutorials will be available afterwards, at least. Okay, so Lisa has gone and redesigned our pattern sheets for us, and we are doing this in a format so that you can actually bind it or put it in a file, and you have all the tutorials that I've given or done, so that if you want to reference something, you have them all. Okay, so tonight's tutorial looks like this, and obviously it's all things zip. It's not really all things zip. We can only do so many. And then it has the written instructions.
Are you criticizing my title?
What?
You're criticizing
I'm
my title.
criticizing your title. Yes, I am. Okay, so this is the written word. It's your written, your zip Bible. Okay, and then that goes on for a while, it seems. And then we have the pictures of what I'm going to do tonight. Okay, so firstly, the two zips we're going to deal with tonight is called a centered zip and a lapped zip. But as there's a few things that about zips that I would like to teach you before. Okay, so there are different types of zips. Okay, you get what I call it a dress zip, but after exploring the internet a little bit, I saw that it's called a nylon zip, but it's either a nylon or a plastic zip or a dress zip. Okay, so what is it? It means these teeth, the little teeth that go together with the zip, they are made of plastic or nylon. Okay, but the puller, which is this thing, I don't know what, I also saw that they call them, see, I try to put my own words and the internet words so that you guys don't get confused. Oh, they call it a zipper head. Oh, no, I've never heard of it. I call it a puller. This little thing is metal. At the top of your zip, you have the two little metal stoppers, and at the bottom of the zip, there's a bigger metal stopper. Okay, so the teeth are plastic or nylon, the puller and the stoppers are metal. This is called a nylon zip, and this is the normal zip that you will find in most things. And it's also the zips that I use in my zip pockets and zip pouches. It's normally the zip that I use most. Okay, then the next zip that we have is called a metal zip. Now, if you want to find something that you have that has a metal zip, it's your jeans. Most jeans have metal zips. Most men's pants have also got metal zips, except I think dress pants have different zips. I don't know, I actually haven't seen. Yeah. Okay, so what is the difference? Well, a metal zip, all the teeth is made of metal, the stoppers are made of metal, and the puller is made of metal. Okay, so why is this important to know? Because we cannot sew through metal. So it's very important to remember where the metal bits are. Okay, so when you're using a nylon zip, I'm going to just take the shorter one. A nylon zip, you are forever keeping in your mind where those two stoppers or that stopper is, and also when you move the puller when you're sewing it, so that you don't actually physically try to sew over the metal bit. It will break a needle, and the problem with breaking a needle on something as hard as metal is that it can actually affect your machine's timing. Because, yes.
Can I just mention, if you guys have any questions about zips as we go along, feel free to pop them in the chat. I'll interrupt Amanda and ask them for you. And then if you have any unrelated questions, save them for afterwards, and I'll ask her in the general question and answer session at the end.
Yes. Okay. So these are the two main zips. Then there's a zip called the invisible zip. Now, what is the big difference? Okay, so these zips, when we use them, we will either center them. So a centered zip has two little small laps, okay? Or a lapped zip, which has one big lap, and a fly front zip, which is the one on your jeans, also has a lap. So the fabric covers the zip teeth, okay? Invisible zip, the teeth are actually at the back. So what happens is, instead of the teeth looking like this, an invisible zip, they look like this. So they do exactly thinking that you guys can't do something. This is a higher grade zip. Okay? To be very honest, it needs me. I need to think when I do the zip. It's not just sewing. This is a difficult zip. Okay, most things don't need an invisible zip. What is an invisible zip for? It's for tailoring. So if you're making a tailored suit and you are making a pencil skirt and you want no zip showing, you would use it. It is used for wedding dresses and evening wear, so that you don't actually have that those lines that a zip has. But most normal, if you have a normal zip, it has that stitching line around it. Okay, most normal things can take a normal zip. Okay, if you're new to sewing, don't try and sew a invisible zip if you've not gotten these two zips to a point where you're not struggling at anymore. All right. Okay, so the other thing about, you also get another zip. It's called an open end. These zips are all closed ended, so they have a stopper and they do this. Okay, an open ended zip, which I didn't get a sample of, opens up like a hoodie. Okay, so it zips right through and it undoes, and you put it back in and you zip it up. That's an open-ended zip. Okay, these are all closed-ended zips. All right, now you need to know how to measure for your zip. So I am going to, as I said, I'm going to be doing these little samples, and depending on your seam allowance, a lot of people that I know would measure like this. So they would line up this flappy extra little bit to the top and then start measuring. Now that is also fine, but remember, if you have seam allowance can be 1 centimeter or 1.5. Now if I line this up like that and I'm sewing on 1 centimeter, there's going to be too much of a gap before the zip starts. These are generally sort of set up for 1.5 millimeter centimeter seam allowance. Okay, so I don't do that. I like to actually do it and measure by hand, and I'm going to show you what I do. I would go, and I can possibly use a ruler for this. I would go and say my seam allowance is 1.5. I would actually mark 1.5 at the top of my piece of fabric. So I know when I sew this to something, 1.5 centimeters is going to disappear. And then I would put the start of my zipper, which is in between there. Né? It's not these flappy bits. It's at the top, but our pattern says the zip has to be, let's just go with 15 centimeters. Okay, so I need to measure my zip or shorten my zip, which you can see is quite a bit longer than 15 centimeters, so that it actually fits in that. So I'm going to take it, I'm going to put my puller or my head 5 mil beneath, and I'm going to go, and my 15 is going to end up here. Okay, so when we measure a zip, we do not measure these tape bits. We measure the actual start to where we want to stop it to stop. Okay, so I want that zip that is that long to become that short. So there's 2 ways of doing this. I'm going to show you one way, and then I'm going to show you the other way also. So we're going to make this zip. We're going to stop this zip at 2 places so I can show you. Okay, so the first one is you take a hand sewing needle with a double thread, and you are literally, I'm going to come closer now and show you guys, and you are literally just going to go over. Because what are we doing? We are trying to create a new stopper. Because if we cut this zip shorter, it's going to not have a stopper anymore. We're going to cut off the stopper. So We are just going to do this a few times, 3 or 4 times, and I'm going to come show you close up. So what I've done is I have just sewn with a big, can you see, Lisa, tell me? Can you see? Sorry, I got the end of my zip in there. Okay, and now I can cut my thread, and that little blue line is now my new stopper. So now I can take an old scissors or a paper scissors, and I can cut this zip shorter, and I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to come up close again and show you. So instead of it having that metal, we now have made one, can you see, with the thread. Okay, another way to shorten it is, because this is nylon, you can actually stitch over it. Okay, but listen please people, when we go through really thick stuff or we go through a nylon zip, we do not set our machine to the highest possible, fastest possible speed and just go. Okay, that will break a needle. So when you're doing that, I'm going to move Lisa a little bit to this side. When we sew over a plastic zip like this, you are going to just set your machine to slow, okay? And this can be done with a straight stitch or a zigzag, all right? And you are just going to go forward over the zip, reverse back over the zip. And you can do that a few times. We're going forward again and reverse. So this is exactly the same thing as what we have just done by sewing by hand. I'm going to come up close again and show you. See, I have just gone with the sewing machine, and I am going to cut this one off now. You want to leave about 1.5 centimeter of tab. And again, I'm going to open it up so you can see that that actually stops it. And I'm just going to quickly burn the edge, just so that it doesn't undo itself. Okay, so now I have, whoops, that one we can chuck. I have my zip that fits in exactly on my 15 centimeter zip hole. Okay, all right, that's that one. Now I am going to show you how to shorten a metal zip. Again, this is not for the faint-hearted. You really must want to do this. This is a pain in the ass. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do it, but my suggestion...
Send poop emojis.
Yeah, poop emojis. My suggestion is that you don't need to do this. Buy a zip that's the right size. But I'm gonna show you. So I need, and the difference between a metal zip and a plastic zip is, with a plastic zip, I am measuring from the top and I'm putting in a new stopper at the bottom. With a metal zip, I am measuring from the bottom up. Why? Because the 2 stoppers at the top is easier to remove than the stopper at the bottom. Okay, so I'm just gonna mark where we want to shorten the zip, just so you can see, and then I'm gonna come close and show you my skills with tools. Okay, so you definitely need some pliers, and we have these awesome little sets. I wish I could have new ones, mine's so old. And I want you guys to see that the 2 top stoppers are actually just a piece of metal that's clamped closed like that. So you need to unclamp it. So you're gonna.
You need to go slightly lower for YouTube.
Okay. I'm just. It's not so easy to when you're doing. So you're gonna just unclamp them. As I said, you really must want to shorten the zip because it is not easy. And let me just try another one because that one has no teeth. There we go. Okay, so you're gonna just literally pull out all of these teeth. Oh, jeez, man. I'm trying to do it in camera. It's not so easy. So I'm going to pull out all the teeth I don't want.
How often do you pull out all the teeth you don't want?
Yes, doesn't happen very often. Okay, so can you see? I've done that. So I'm going to do it on the other side also. And the teeth you don't have to keep. Throw them in the bin or put them out for the tooth fairy.
I was going to say, put them under your pillow.
And then...
Yeah, I was about to say, don't doctors say you should keep your kids' teeth nowadays? For, what is it? There's a reason.
Is it for the, what's his name?
Bone marrow.
Is it? I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. Maybe there's someone who knows. Okay, so we just... Okay, I got it eventually. We want to open this little...
Bianca says it feels like you're pulling out teeth.
I don't know why. Or if you're making something... Okay, I got it. So it is a small little copper thing that looks like this. Okay, so we're just going to put it back on the fabric and close it up. Okay, I'm just going to do one side because I don't feel like we need to use the zip. But just so you see. So I'm going to just take it and open it up a little bit wider so that it can easily go over the zip. And I'm going to put it over like that. If you can see, put it over and close it up again. Okay, so I actually have to do both, otherwise the zip is not gonna. As I said, I don't do this very often, so my tools are not really tiny enough. There we go, got it. Open it up a little bit, move it up over the fabric. Geez, I look like this is very tiny, and working in the air is never good in there. Work on your table. Okay, I put it over and I'm clipping it closed. Well, I think I am. I don't know if I am actually. There we go. Okay, so that zip that went to there is now shorter, and those stoppers will stop it right at the line. Okay, so that's how you shorten a metal zip. But try and get the zip, buy the zip at the right size. Okay, it's just easier that way. Okay, so now the first zip we're going to look at is called a centered zip. Now, centered zip is what you would probably get in the back of a dress, in the back of a skirt. You could use it on zip pouches, although I prefer an exposed zip for that. And if you look at your pictures that I've given you, figure 2 is the start. Figure 1 is how it looks when it's done. Figure 2 is what we've done up until now. We've measured our zip, so that is our 1.5, and this is our 15 centimeter line, 15 centimeters, and that is where our zip that we just shortened is going to fit in. All right, so now this needs to become a seam, so you're going to put it right side to right side. Okay, and you are gonna pin, and this could be a pants or a skirt, so it could be a long one, no? So but I always say, like, if you want to try a zip, go buy short zips and do little samples like this, because then you don't feel the pressure of if it doesn't work out. All right, so another tip when you're doing zips is to broaden your seam allowance. So if you have a pattern and they say that the seam allowance is 1.5 and you see that at the zip they didn't allow for it to be slightly bigger, then you make that seam allowance 2 centimeters. So that means we are going to sew 2 centimeters from the side in. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to move Lisa. I'm going to bring this closer because now is the explanation. Okay, so I'm going to draw it so you can see. We are going to sew down here. No, they can't because I'm in front. Who are you showing this to? Okay.
And kind of defeats the purpose of your point.
I know, but I'm on this side. Okay, so we're going to start at the top, but the first bit we're going to do until the 15 centimeters. It is called a basting stitch. What is a basting stitch? It's a normal straight stitch, except you're going to use the longest stitch length your machine allows. Some machines that's 4, some machines it's 5. It doesn't matter as long as you use your longest stitch. So you're going to start there. You're going to not enforce, do not enforce, and you are going to sew with long stitches to your mark for 15 centimeters. When you get there, you're going to put your needle into the fabric. You're going to change your stitches back to 2.5 millimeter, which is your normal stitch. And you are going to start by enforcing and then stitching down and enforcing at the end. Remember, this can be a skirt, so this could be like a meter long, or pants. All right, so this top bit where we do the basting stitch, that is not a permanent stitch. We're going to undo that afterwards. This bit from the line is the actual seam of your clothing piece. So it has to be done like we do all seams, with enforcing at the beginning, sewing with 2.5 millimeter straight stitches, and enforcing at the bottom. Okay, so, and remember, we are sewing at 2 centimeters. Okay, so at the top I am going to make my machine goes up to 5. So I am going to sew oh, it's still on slow. Okay, so I'm sewing up until my 15 centimeter mark. Remember, this can differ depending on the length of your zip. So I've just put at the 15 centimeter mark, I put my needle in. I'm going to change my stitches back to 2.5. Can you work with me? There we go. And I'm going to go forward a little bit and go back a bit. That's enforcing. And then I'm going to sew down the skirt or pants until the end, and I'm going to enforce at, if it just does what I say, and I'm going to enforce at the back also, at the end. Okay, so don't know if you guys can see this, but I'm going to come closer to try and show you. So you can, if you can see, those are long big stitches, and then I did enforcement and my short stitches at the bottom. All right, so next bit is I am going to go to the iron, and I am going to open up like that and iron and make it nice and neat. And the better you iron here, the easier it is to put your zip in. Okay, so that's what we got. We have a seam in the front, and we have, this is figure 3 with our 2 zip or 2 seam allowance flaps. Okay, so next we're going to put this with the flaps at the top, and we're going to take our 15 centimeter zip, which we shortened. And remember I said we're going to start putting the zip, where's my pins, 5 mil beneath my 1.5 centimeter mark. Okay, pins when we're working with the zip. So I always say don't make your stitches, your hand sewing stitches, longer than 1 centimeter, because then it actually defeats the purpose, because they are not going to hold everything down, and you are hand sewing straight through everything. And I will show you just now. A lot of people go, oh, I don't even sew that down. Well, you are brave, because I still sew them down, because there is nothing worse than having to redo a zip. So I sew them down, and then at the bottom you can just go horizontal and turn the corner and come back up the other side. And now as you go, you can take out your pins. I'll come close and show you guys again before I actually stitch it. I just do a double stitch at the end. Guys, there's a reason why tailors still do a lot of hand sewing, okay? It's because it makes your work neater in the end. Okay, so that is done. To show you, I have now basted it straight through both sides. Okay, next bit, I'm just moving Lisa so you can see the machine, is we actually need to use what's called a zip foot. I'm going to come close and show you what mine looks like. So most machines come with a zip foot. I've never heard of a machine who didn't have one included. Okay, these new zip feet are very cool because you can use either side of the foot. So the old ones used to be, it was stuck and you had to move the needle, but you don't have to do that anymore. You are just going to move the foot. All right, so we're going to put the zip foot on. All right, and we are going to go to the, just see which side we're going to do first. Let's do the other side first. So we're going to just swap it over. Hey, there we go. And you are going to start at the top, and you are going to sew down. Now, I am going to show you something that I do. This is how most people do it. So they sew it down like that. The only problem I have with that is that at the beginning where that puller is, you cannot really get close enough. So inevitably you have to make quite a big lap, 2 very big laps, because you can't get close enough. But which is fine. So I'm going to show you that, and then I'm going to show you what I would have done. So I'm going to put that down about 75, I would say 75 mil from our center line, and I'll come and show you as soon as I finish. Okay, so you're going to get to a point where you have the zip puller. See, this is my problem. So now I inevitably have to like go a little bit closer or a little bit further. All right, so that's the one side. And then when you get to the bottom, you're going to put your needle in and you are going to sew the horizontal line. Okay, remember, if you have a metal piece here, be very sure where your metal piece is. We have shortened our zip so we don't have a metal piece, so it actually is less stressful. Okay, so what have I done is can you see, I've sewn down and I've done the horizontal. Sewn down and done the horizontal. Why didn't I just turn and come back this way? When we sew zips, fabric tends to stretch when you sew it. So if I'm sewing this down, it stretches a little bit down. If I'm sewing up on this side, it stretches a little bit up. So when you get to, like a dress who has a waistband, at the back, when you sew like that, you can never get that waistband to line up. So when you're doing dress zips or any zips, I always suggest, if it's for a bag or a zip pouch or something like that, it doesn't really matter, eh? But I'm talking about clothing, is to sew down and horizontal, and then we move over the foot to the other side. And this is the nice thing about this. My nails are too long, that's why I can't get the foot in. And then we are doing exactly the same on the other side. We are just going straight down to our horizontal bit. All right, so down, 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 and reverse stitch. There we go. Whoops. Okay, so now I have my lines on both sides going down. So the zip is actually now sewn in, and we can, sorry, we had a little bit of an issue, so we had to move a little bit. It's done now.
Yes.
Okay, so I've undone my hand sewing, and now if I can find my quick unpick, I can now unpick these basting stitches in the middle. I'm just going to unpick them, but you should clean them up also and take out all the little bits. Unpick and unpick. Yeah, it's not going to be clean and neat. And now we have what is called a lapped zip. A centered zip. There we go. Okay. All right. So I would also suggest that you not use a purple thread, so that if you go a little bit skew, it doesn't actually show. Okay, so there is our centered zip done. Okay. Now I'm going to take a quick coffee sip break. And is there any questions?
I'm also asking in chat now if anyone has any questions, so just give them a second. Any questions, guys? Now would be a good time to ask. just a breather. Butterfly dreams is ons leer nou hard.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start the next one because the first few steps are exactly the same. So I'm going to mark my 1.5. So you can still ask a question. I'm just doing exactly what we have done. And I'm going to mark where the bottom of my zip falls. And this one has a little silver stopper. So I'm going to stop way above it. At least a centimeter above it. Because I don't want to ever get to the point where I don't know where that zipper thingy is. So I want to know that if I'm sewing over here, I'm safe. Okay? So, and then I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm doing long stitches down to here. And short stitches. Okay, so we've done that exactly the same.
Ashley Bells on Instagram wants to know, will the zip foot work on an old Singer?
You should get a zip foot that matches
Like
your
a
machine.
really old, heavy duty.
Oh no, you'll have to possibly find a zip foot for it, second hand, or you need to go to a place that sells industrial sewing machines. Take a foot, one of your machine's feet with you, and ask them if they can supply that. Okay, so we back at 2 centimeters sewing and making my stitches long. Come. Okay. And I'm just gonna start. No enforcing at the start. It's exactly the same steps as the other one. When I get to my line, I'm gonna put needle in. I'm going to make my stitches shorter again, 2.5, and I am going to start, I'm going to enforce, so I'm going back and I'm sewing down to the end of my skirt or whatever I'm making, and I'm enforcing at the end also. So that is exactly the same. Even this little ironing bit is also the same as the previous one. Iron it nice, making sure that it's actually nice and open. Okay, if you're working on a dress fabric or anything like this, my suggestion at this point is to always use a ironing cloth, just to stop that shiny bits from coming. Remember the old school dresses? I don't know how old you are, but yeah, we used to the hem that's folded back up, and then if you iron on the right side, that whole hem is showing. Okay, so now comes the bit that's different. Let me just show you again. There, this is this one. So this is a finished picture. We've just done that, measured the zip, made our marks, and we have now got that. All right. So, what are we doing now? Now you have to watch closely. I'm putting it upright for you guys, né? So it's upside down for me, but upright for you. You are going to lift up this one, and you are folding back that. Okay? Tell me if my picture makes sense. So on this side, I now only have this little flap, and all my other fabric is on your left-hand side. All right? And I am going to take, I have to put the picture upside down also, otherwise I'm going to get very confused. I'm going to take my zip, I'm going to open it up, and I am going to put it down there, right there, and I'm going to pin it, and then I'll come up close and show you. There are different ways of doing everything, guys. So if someone else taught you this differently, try this. If it doesn't work for you and your method works better, that's fine. There is no right or wrong. Okay, there is, honestly, all right. I have, I mean, I studied, and after studying, I still found methods that was easier for me, that they didn't teach me. Okay, so, I'm going to come up close. Okay, so that's how we started, ne? So we folded this bit, can you guys see? This bit back, and we have now put the zip down right next to that seam with it facing down. So the puller, can you see, is facing down. It's inside.
Bianca wants to know, can we also use clamps?
Yeah, you can use whatever you like. Clips, she means.
You can use plastics too.
Yes. Okay, so now all I want you to do is you need to baste down here. Again, you can do it by hand or you can do it by sewing machine. I don't really care. I baste by hand because I can still maneuver a little bit if I baste by hand. I can still make sure that my zip lies exactly where I want it. So we're just basting that we've pinned now down through the zip and this little flap. I just like it because then you also don't have to struggle, especially with a zip foot. You can't sew over pins, so it's best to not have pins in your way. Okay, so that is done. Oops. Just want to end it off quickly and then I'll come show you again. Okay. So I have my zip right up against that seam line, and I've basted it just through that. See, here's my fabric still. So I'm just through the seam allowance and there. And now, okay, wait, I need to keep upright for you. Okay, now I am going to fold this over. Back, can you see? Back like that. And I'm just going to make sure that this piece...
Saskia asks, basting like roasting a chicken.
Yes, that is exactly it. Okay, so I'm just going to fold it over like this, and just for safety, I'm going to just give it a few pins. Just as I'm sewing, I can take them out. I'm going to just pin them so I can come show you. Okay, so what does it look like now? Can you see? I'm going to come close. Can you see that little fold? That little fold? Tell me, Lisa, am I doing this right? The little fold? Is it focusing?
YouTube isn't focused.
This one?
Go a little further away. It might just be my screen.
I guess I can't see because of the thing. It's probably...
Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do an edge stitch right on that fold. And I'll be back to show you. And again, we're going to put our zip foot on. Okay, and we're going to make sure that we are at 2.5, which is correct. And we're not just happen to still be on a long stitch or whatever. Okay, and I am going to, whoops, I got my thread on the wrong side of my foot. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna start there, do an enforcement, and I am sewing right on that edge. And I'm taking the pins out as we go because they are just there to hold it all in place. Alright, and when we get close to the puller, Now I'm working very close to the edge of the zip. When we work very close to the edge of the zip, we actually have to pass the puller underneath the foot because we can't sew past the puller. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my needle in. I'm going to lift my foot because now the needle is keeping my work down, and I am going to push or pull or whatever works for you. It is always a pain with my bloody big hands to get them past, but you need to actually just get it underneath the foot and see, pass it through to the other side. But as I said, these machines aren't made for me with my big hands. Okay, and I'm going to drop it again, and I am sewing down to the edge of the zip tab. And I'm enforcing, and that is that. I am going to come show you. It's going to be difficult to see, but if you look on that edge, I've sewn down with my zip foot. Okay, so now we are at picture number 8. So what we've just done is oh no, that's not 8, sorry, 11. I'm upside down. We've just done figure 11. If you look at that picture, this is it. Okay, so now I am going to flop this back. See? Okay. Flop this back, and this is where you can again just baste it down, because now we're going to baste it down through all the layers. There we go. And you also need to remember which side is that loose, the loose bit of the zip, because that is the side that we are now going to lap. So if we can't lap on this side because there's no zip there, see? So we have to, let me upside down it again. So we have to lap on this side. So we're going to sew down like that. And where's my mark? There. And go horizontal. Okay. I'll show you. So that's what we're going to sew. We're going to sew on top. And you can see that now it almost looks exactly like the other one step. What was that? The previous one step, figure 4. Okay, here we go. Change my zip foot because I'm now going to be on the other side. It doesn't need to be a zip foot for this because you are going to be quite a bit away from the zip. But you can use a zip foot still. Reverse, and we are gonna, and I'm very close to my okay, down, 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 down. Turn. We're going over the zip, so I'm going to just check and make sure that I have no metal bits underneath where I'm going to be sewing. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to do exactly the same we did on the previous one. We are going to open up our stitches that we made, and if you look, can you see, you now have a lap zip. So on the side of a dress or on the side of a skirt, it shows nice and neat, while this one on the side could flap open like this. So this is used for in your neck or a back dress bit, and this lapped one is used on the side of a skirt. So it gives you a big, it's almost like a fly front zip, like a zip on a men's pants, but it's obviously not that big one. So those are the 2 zips that we are gonna do tonight. I feel like
There's some national news apparently. Saskia on Facebook says the president's talking now and he says no masks outside anymore.
Oh. Okay.
So you heard it here first, guys.
Yes.
Like because we're newsworthy.
Okay, guys, so that was the... Woo! How many times am I going to do this tonight? And I just lost a nail. Okay, guys, that was it. Any questions? If you have easier, nicer methods, please share it with me. Send me a link of an easier one and we can do this again. Remember, I have sewn my whole life, so my system doesn't always work for everyone. There might be someone who's thought of something quicker and easier. Send me a link if you find an easier video, and I can do that also and go through that also with you guys. So that is it for.
Karen says it reminds her of a school skirt zip.
Yes, that is exactly possibly what you did.
And Ryukazi says, please do a tutorial on how to use iron C-clamps or iron clamps.
Iron what?
Okay? That's all I got.
Okay, Ryukazi, can you please elaborate on that? I don't actually understand what that is. It's iron clips. Iron clappers. Is she talking about clappers? I am in the process, guys. I am in the process. I have actually, we are busy making the stuff. I am waiting on handles, so that's why my clappers aren't done yet. I have 3 ironing boards available. I can't remember the price. What was the price, Lisa? Can you remember?
No.
Okay. I have 3 ironing boards that can go out this week. Available, and these are the fabrics that I have available. Remember, these are quite specific fabrics. They are cotton, 100% cotton, so they are not cheap, and they're also nice and strong. So these are the fabrics I have available. I will check the price for you now. This is the same as mine, and then the flowers. Let me just get the price for you quick. I have 3 boards. I think Lynn has put in an order for 1, so I have 2 available.
Yeah, she literally just said she pre-ordered.
Yes, I know. Shibbit. I worked out the price, but it's not in there. Lisa, can you go back on our chat maybe? On your phone? No. Okay. Sorry guys, I think it's $3.50 and $3.95. $3.95 is for this fabric. This is very expensive fabric. I'm sorry to say. I can tell you what it costs per meter compared to the others. Because, okay, so Maria is 250 Rand a meter. I pay for it. And the others are 185 a meter. So it's very, very good fabric, guys. It's not cheap junk. It's not covered with polycotton. If you leave the iron like this for a while, it actually doesn't burn because it's cotton. All right? It has 2 layers of Heatex underneath here. So it's soft, but it's also not so soft that you can't actually work on it and get a nice iron. All right? It has rubber feet to lift it off the table for any of the steam to escape, and also to keep it from slipping. Okay, so I have 2 left. I will be obviously carrying stock of these, but I had to order the boards and everything is a pain. Nothing is easy. Okay, the clappers, I am waiting on handles because believe you me, these feet, I started off, at 20 Rand each. Okay, which is totally ridiculous because that makes it 80 Rand just for the feet. So I've gotten that down so that that's why I waited. So this price I can make. The clapper, the handle, I cannot for the life of me find handles like this for less than 60 to 90 Rand, peeps. So I am working on that. I need to take a day and go check out someone gave me wholesalers' names to go and see what handles I can get, because it's not as easy as just taking a cupboard handle. It has to be able to screw in from the top like this. It cannot be a normal cupboard one that screws in from the bottom or the inside of the cupboard. So that's my clapper. I know there's very fancy smart clappers on the website. I have had them. I don't like them because I have nails. I cannot hold onto something like this. I need a handle to put my hand in. And this is nice. It's just heavy enough that you can just leave the clapper. And it also, yeah, it just works. I've tried them all.
People are asking to see the ironing board again.
Okay, I'm going to move the machine and then get the ironing board closer for you. Let's move the machine.
Also, Louis asks, can you do some buttonholes for me?
I can, because I needed the bigger iron, not because the board was too small. Okay, so it looks like that, covered in 100% cotton fabric with 2 layers of Heatex. I can show you how the Heatex, so that I have them somewhere. I don't know where they are. I don't know why things get hidden from me. Literally hidden. We worked on it this afternoon and now it's not available to. Okay. So, oh yeah. Just so you can see, it has a double layer of Heatex, which is made to withstand heat, and then it's covered with this cotton fabric with 4 rubber feet.
Okay guys, we're doing a general question and answer session now, so feel free to ask any of your sewing questions and I will ask Amanda out loud. We have another question. Someone asked, best sewing machine for beginners.
Depends on your budget. And in my opinion, you are looking at anything from 3,000 to about 5,000 or 6,000. If you're looking at the that one I think is about 5,000, and the next one up is the A16. The FS60X is a computerized machine, and it brags with being heavy duty. And the A16 is also a computerized machine, and that one looks like this. And you're looking at about 6, 7. We do have layup on our website, which is very nice. You decide on how long you want to pay it off, so it literally works like the old-fashioned lay-by. You decide you want to pay 6 months, and you obviously you'll decide on 6 months because you can afford the payment, and then you start paying, no interest charged. I know I had someone who said that's great because of religious reasons. They are not allowed to pay interest. So layup charges you no interest. And as soon as you make your last payment, your machine goes out to you via courier.
Len asked, how do you remove a snap fastener?
Almost like I did the zip, Lynn, with lots of trouble and difficult. Because of those little teeth that actually hooks into it, you actually have to physically sit with a a little plier and do it. I find these little pliers, the actual cutting pliers, quite handy because they can go underneath those little metal bits. But yeah, it is difficult. That's why it's always you should always test any fastener that you put into your clothing. So I would suggest that you test. But yeah, they are quite difficult to remove.
Someone asked, will you be able to get snap buttons kit?
Snap fasteners, snap buttons kit. That's a very vague question because firstly I need to know, are you talking about plastic snaps, which are called cams, or are you talking about the metal snaps? Sorry. And then also, if it's a plastic cam snaps, we have the snaps, the plastic cams, and we also have the tool that applies them separate. Okay, we also stock the original cam pliers, so we don't, it actually called cam on its label, so it's not the cheap imported one that comes with that whole kit of everything and then you struggle with it anyway. And then if you're talking about metal snap fasteners, we do have the snap fasteners, and we do have the big green Hulk machine. That is a press that you use to attach those snaps or buttons or anything. If you have a look, if you search Hulk, yeah, the green man that gets very angry, that one, Hulk, on our website you find the green Hulk machine, and we also have many different snap pliers on our website, but we do not have kits. I prefer to not have kits because you get a few things, and in those kits you get a certain thing and you can never get it again in South Africa. So I keep the snap separate and everything so that you can buy as you need. If you are talking about the Prim kit, with the plier, the specific, if you're looking for a hand kit. Any more?
Where can you buy sewing mannequins?
I can get them. I don't stock them because they are quite pricey, and so if you would like a mannequin, you can WhatsApp me, and
The difference between that and heavy duty.
I think that's an imbecile dressmaker, né? Possibly that it has a more sturdy inner frame, which is the frame the metal frame inside the plastic. The plastic on the outside is literally just the cover. That's not the important part on a machine. The inside structure, which is supposed to be a full solid piece of metal, that is the important bit. So possibly it has a very stiff and sturdy inside, and also that it is has a little bit of a better, heavier duty engine.
Best product to use to oil my mechanical machine.
Okay, so let's talk about this because we've had this discussion before, and I had people answering on the group that just gave the wrong answers. Okay, so listen to me and listen carefully, guys. You will void your guarantee if your machine did not come with a bottle of oil. It almost certainly means that you are not supposed to oil it. Okay, all right. So how do you know if your machine needs oil or not? Well, my best advice is when you buy a machine, read through your book. Even though you're not going to do all of that or use all of that, or I'm not going to make buttonholes now, so I'm not going to read the book. Read the book. If the book says that you need to oil your machine, then you oil your machine. And you only oil your machine where the book says you should oil it. If you have bought a machine in the last, likely do not need to oil it. If you have bought an imbecile, check your book. Okay. Please, people, do not oil a new machine. They are dry run machines. They do not have what we call oil nipples. If you're a mechanic, you'll know what that is. It is a little hole that the point of the oil bottle goes in and you oil into that. The new machines has no access to oiling points. The oiling points just gets oiled if need be by the technician when your machine is serviced. When should your machine be serviced? Once a year. If you sew a lot. If you don't sew very much, 1.5 years. But remember, all of this inside is even though it's computerized, an engine is still mechanical. It still has mechanical parts, and all of that is greased and oiled and things like that. And with the different temperatures in our world, so you know, this machine is greased and oiled to work everywhere in the world, in the Sahara, in South Africa, in America, in Canada. So it has but the ambient temperature does influence it. So don't leave your machine for 5 years and just start it up and sew. You will possibly burn out your machine. So service your machine once a year if you use it a lot. If you don't use it that much, 1.5 to 2 years at the most. That is why you will get a engine seizure because of the moving parts having stood in one place too long.
How do you insert eyelets? Different sizes.
How do you insert eyelets?
Yes.
Do you make a hole in the fabric? I think we've done this. That's the eyelet thing that we did when we were in Pretoria, Lisa.
Yeah, I think it's like 2 back.
Yeah, so you do two live streams ago. You make a little hole, either way with a sewing awl or with the actual punch machine, and then you insert the eyelet and you use the the pliers, the eyelet plier, and you just insert the eyelet. Check our live stream about 2 ago. Also Google it. It's very, very easy. You just need to have the right tools. Yep.
Any more questions, guys? Sorry, I'm typing later.
Okay, guys. So if anyone wants the 2 that I have in stock at the moment, I have not covered them yet. So you can choose your fabric. I can maybe bring the fabric closer. Okay, so Maria, I call this fabric Maria, but obviously it's the one I have. And then we have the little pink roses, beautiful fabric this also. And then the tiny pink leaflet sort of thing. And then we have that one, it's bright colors. This one with the purple and blue. And then if anyone wants, we still have a lot of fabric 8 fabric left also.
Guys, if you want to join us on WhatsApp, we have 3 WhatsApp groups. We have a general WhatsApp fabric 8 updates group where only we can post, so you won't get spammed by chit chat. And we also have a fabric 8 general sewing group where people chat a lot.
Yes, and they ask questions and people help. It's an awesome group if you need help. People are very, very, very generous with their help on the group.
Or if you just want want to chat about sewing and share your projects to people who will understand how much work went into it. And we also now have an Afrikaans Notwerk group.
Okay, so that's specifically Afrikaans. We had to start another group, so it was either start another general group or so we just chose to make an Afrikaans group, and then we will possibly soon have another general group starting up. So get into the one that's almost full. ASAP.
You can get to any of these groups by going to www.fabric8.co.za/live. Oh, that's the wrong one. So, www.fabric8.co.za/insta-link. I've just put it in chat. I'll put it in chat again. But go there and you can join any of our groups from there.
Okay, guys, that seems to be it for the evening then.
I am tired.
Oh, me too. Listen, guys, we will be back here at 7 next week, Tuesday.
And every Tuesday after.
And every Tuesday that we can possibly make it, we will be here. Okay, if you guys have any ideas, please tell us. Email us. PM us.
Wait. While you guys are still here, leave us a like, man. Leave us a like, leave a comment.
Give us a like.
Share,
Give us a like.
Like, comment, hearts, like.
If,
Especially on YouTube, we're 1 away from 40, please like.
Yeah, if you think I'm talking a big load of crap all evening, give me a poo emoji. I don't care. It's all interaction. I get.
Come on, guys. I'm asking so nice. In the YouTube people, please give us a like.
Come on, YouTube! YouTube!
I'm so tired.
Okay, guys, listen, this is it.
We're over 40.
Are we over 40? Okay, guys, listen, see you next week. Thank you. If you have any suggestions, anything, please let us know. If you're struggling with our website, if something's not working right on the website, guys, if I don't know it, I won't be able to fix it. Please tell us if there's any problems. If I irritate you, if I annoy you, if I offend you, please tell me. Don't just leave. Give me a chance to fix it. And thank you so much for all your support.
Tell us that you love us.
And that's a given.
Leave us a review on YouTube, please. Even if you don't buy from us, go leave a review and say how amazing Live Tuesdays is and how much you learned. If you don't like Live Tuesdays and you still haven't bought from us, then leave a review saying how much you love our WhatsApp group and our sewing community. We need reviews on YouTube and on Facebook for our accounts to do better so that our business can grow. So it means so much to us if you guys take the time to leave a review. You don't even have to write anything nice about us, just give us 5 stars and go away.
Guys, the better we do, the more I really truly want to share my good fortune if it happens. If the ship comes in, I will send you a casket of rum. No, we can do giveaways because we have an extra bit or to give away. So the better we do, the more giveaways we can do. And we can do a nice big giveaway again. A nice big one.
Amina says she has a complaint, and Ashley's response is, do they take all your money as well? Guys, thank you so much. It's always so much fun hanging out with you. Thank you to everyone who played emoji games with me while I was trying to stay awake.
Yes.
Not because I'm bored, but because I woke up at 4.
When was this?
Today, no.
Oh!
I showed little cards with stuff on
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
No, Matthew decided Facebook is done, so...
Well, okay.
Gone.
Okay, goodbye. Bye, guys. We're talking shit now. Okay. I'm gonna go eat. Bye. Bye.
YouTube.
Cheers.
YouTube's